welcome to Sport Update on AYOGEN TV. It's another beautiful Saturday here in our studio, AYOGEN TV, King Jagunla Junction. You can as well follow this sport Instagram, our Twitter, and as well on our YouTube channel. I'm back again to Sport Update on Saturday Extra, where we'll be discussing a lot more about our football, precisely for today, being Saturday, and what have happened during the week as regards UEFA Champions League and Europa League. Before then, let me quickly give you some sports news we have on our decks for today. Manchester United have spent 1.5 million for every point they've won in Premier League since 2016 with no trophy. It's been a while Manchester United have trophy in their cabinet. Inter Milan will listen to any offer as regards their striker, Lautaro Martinez. According to Barcelona outlets, Sport, Real Madrid had an important meeting in Monaco with Erling Haaland agents, and further which they reached an agreement. It's possible Erling Haaland leave at Dortmund, with a news stated from this week that there is possibility of all offers from different angles. Haaland, it seems, to leave at Dortmund. Thomas Tuchel remains determined to establish a partnership between Romelu Lukaku and Kai Havertz. I want to build his Chelsea attacks around the duo. Let's see what will happen if truly Thomas Tuchel will build this attack around Romelu Lukaku's and Kai Havertz. Just of recent, we've seen how these two duo have actually combined together to score goals for the Blues. Liverpool Jogging Club has confirmed that Diego Jota will miss Liverpool match against Norwich this weekend. Diego Jota has actually been injured and is set to meet a clash against Norwich this weekend. Newcastle fear they could be without talisman Kieran Trippier for the rest of the season. Newcastle defender Kieran Trippier, who is also a former Tottenham player, has got injured, and the possibility of him playing is not certain. Ragnick denies rumor on Cristiano Ronaldo as new captain. You could recall that in one of our subsequent program we discussed about Cristiano Ronaldo taking over the mantle of leadership as Manchester United captain ahead of Harry Maguire. And the coach has actually come out and to deny the fact that Cristiano Ronaldo is coming on board to take the mantle of leadership. Here with me in studio today is one of my analysts, Tolulope Emmanuel. Tolulope Emmanuel, good morning. It's nice to have you back on Sport Update.
Thank you. Good morning, HP. Thank you for bringing me once again on this edition of Sport Updates. During the week, we've have various results ranging from EPL, the UEFA Champions League, the Europa League, and some other league across Europe. Even right from our home scene here in the Nigerian Professional League, we've seen a lot of results, shocking and interesting results so far. And from the news you've read, we've been hearing a lot of rumors about Haaland. This guy has been tipped with Manchester United, Barcelona, and Real Madrid at some point, and even PSG. But it's good that we are here again this beautiful morning. Thanks for having me.
Okay, Manchester United has always been in the forefront of every news, starting from last week to this present weekend. Manchester United, Cristiano Ronaldo is tipped as the next captain of the club against Harry Maguire. And presently now, the coach, which is Ralf Rangnick, has actually denied the fact that Cristiano Ronaldo will be the next captain of the club. Considering the fact that Ronaldo is also tipped to leave the club for Paris Saint-Germain, Bayern Munich, or probably reuniting with Jose Mourinho at Roma, do you think having Cristiano Ronaldo as captain will make him to stay at the club? Or don't you think giving the captain band to Cristiano Ronaldo will cause a chaos in Manchester United camp?
Well, given the captaincy band to Cristiano Ronaldo will not be a problem. Of course, Harry Maguire have not been that exceptional since he arrived at Manchester United. He has always been giving them headache, kind of. He has not been prolific enough to deliver as a leader. And Cristiano Ronaldo, he has gained the leadership role. He has been, okay, in this national team, he is the captain, and even right from Real Madrid and at some point at Juve, he was being able to manage the team. Although it doesn't depend whenever you are carrying the handband on your arms, or it's the abilities to still lead, and of which this guy has always expressed at so many occasions. So giving the handband to Cristiano Ronaldo will also help the team, because he will be able to uh, give these guys idea and direct them in whichever they should go. So it's a plus for them if they actually use that to tie Ronaldo down. But it's quite unfortunate that that kind of a thing does not move Cristiano Ronaldo. If eventually want to leave Manchester United, you can't tie him down no matter what. Although he sees Manchester United as home for him, but notwithstanding, giving him the handband, it will be a plus for them, but that will not be a yardstick that he will stay at Manchester United.
We have another news on board that Inter Milan is ready to take offer for Lautaro Martinez. And Lautaro Martinez has always been one of their prolific striker. Do you see this man leaving Inter Milan?
Honestly, I don't believe Martinez will still be playing at Inter Milan at the moment. Because a couple of seasons ago, this guy was on the neck of every European side. They wanting his services. So if at the end of the season he eventually departs the San Siro side, I think it's nothing bad. This guy has actually played very well in Europe, and he has delivered for Italy. I think at a point he played for Paris Saint-Germain, or probably they wanted his services then, but notwithstanding, letting this guy go, it will be another advantage for them, because they will be able to bring in another legs, and which will prove to them that. But one thing about players leaving a side or staying is that you want consistency, and there's a saying in Yoruba that "Otate on for a long is," I don't know how to put it now. Okay, the enemy you knew before now is better off than a fresh leg or new friend that you just met.
A friend you just met. In another scene, Thomas Tuchel says he's trying to build his team on the duo of Romelu Lukaku and Kai Havertz. And if you could see what have happened in recent times, twice Kai Havertz have actually delivered for them on a big scene, and likewise Romelu Lukaku. And with the players at hand at Chelsea, we have the likes of Hakim Ziyech, Christian Pulisic, Mason Mount, and the likes. Don't you think this would be a very big task or a wrong move for Thomas Tuchel to build his team on Kai Havertz and Romelu Lukaku?
Romelu Lukaku and Kai Havertz has been with Thomas Tuchel at least for a season now, and he has known their abilities and their strengths. He knows what they will be able to offer in the attack. So he might have studied them very well to have said he's building that team around them. I mean, his attack around them. So Romelu Lukaku, over the years, we've known him to be one of the best strikers so far, although he's our best kind of big, but notwithstanding, he still deliver whenever he has the chance to give you the goal. And Kai Havertz has been instrumental at some points. Don't forget, he was the one that delivered the goal against Manchester City at the last Champions League final. The same thing at the Club World Cup. He was. This guy will come to the rescue of Chelsea side against Palmeiras. So building the team around the duo, it will be a really good one. Just that Timo Werner, Pulisic, and Ziyech will just support these guys in the attack.
Okay, we have a news here. We want to like to shift the focus of our football for now. One of the Nigerian sprinter, which is Blessing Okagbara, banned for 10 years for multiple anti-doping breach. Don't you think that this will affect our athlete, especially Blessing Okagbara? And what do you think the Nigerian league, especially the Minister of Youth and Sports, Sunday Dare, should do concerning this development, because it's putting the name of Nigerians on the bad steps.
Quite unfortunate for Blessing. When I saw and heard the news yesterday, it was very disheartening. Although this girl has tried to prove that it wasn't intentional or she took the drug unknown to her, but there's something that whenever you have to consume anything, you have to know what it takes or what the substance is being made of. The anti-doping agency had already made down rules for athletes. Okay, do not take substance like this, do not take that. And meanwhile, probably the penalty wouldn't have been that heavy for her, 10 years, if she had obliged and accepted when they first charged this girl. But she insisted that she didn't took the substance, and before you know it, the hammer was heavier on her. And that will really demoralize the national side, I mean the Athletic Federation of Nigeria and other athletes. Don't forget, a couple of seasons ago, Austin Oladapo, former Yimba goalkeeper, okay, he's still their goalkeeper. He was also
the
banned,
present Yimba goalkeeper.
He was banned for a year too, just on drug issues. So I think our athletes need to really watch what they intake and what whoever is their physician or who prescribe drugs for them. So I think on Okagbari's part, it's not that good for Nigerian, because we know how this girl has done very brilliantly well for Nigeria in previous scenes, and this girl has been able to stage a big name for us in the world scene, that yes, she can do this, and she's really good at what she's doing and best at it. But quite unfortunate that this, don't forget, Okagbari is not getting younger, and in an event, the more you get old, you lose strength, you look physique. So it's not a good thing for, I think, if after 10 years, this guy is unable to deliver again, I don't know which side we are going, except if we are raising young talent, and that's why we're missing it. One thing I expected Sunday Dare to have done before now, when Sunday Dare was first given the appointment as the sport minister, we all applaud him. Yes, he did very brilliantly well, settling some bills that has been debts that has been recorded before now. He was able to manage the sport ministry very well, thinking yes, he would take the sport to the next scene. But quite unfortunate, since he has done that, he has relented. There has been issues ranging from Basketball Federation and even NFF. At some point, he had issues with Kenneth Roy. So I think
I think part of the issue led to the exit of Garnet Rod as the head coach of the Super Eagles. And we could see the effect at the African Cup of Nations.
So I think Sunday Dare and his board really have serious business to do, even before he exits office.
Okay, we have some. I would like us to discuss about Harry Kane. Harry Kane has actually been saying he wants to leave Tottenham to join Mauricio Pochettino. Perhaps Mauricio Pochettino leave Paris Saint-Germain and the Parc de France. And it is obvious now that Mauricio Pochettino will leave Parc de France because the head director of the club has actually exit. Do you see Harry Kane as a very good striker with this intention of leaving Tottenham at this point in time to join Mauricio Pochettino at Manchester United?
Sure. You said something on the last edition that when the ovation is still loud,
you quit the stage.
Call it quit. So before now, we know of record in which Harry Kane has broken, right, for a striker of his caliber, scoring 150 goals in a year, and yet you are unable to win any laurel or medal to your own credit. It's not that good. Well, so and he has played a lot with Mauricio Pochettino, and this guy know how good Harry Kane is. So for Pochettino coming to Manchester United and then bringing in Harry Maguire into that attack, it will really be a booster for them and probably will help them in winning some of these laurels. Or don't forget, at some point they are having good drought. I mean, Manchester United, okay, even currently, the highest they can score is 2 goals at some point. So, and not that good for a team like that. So, if the likes of Harry Kane eventually joins this side, he'll be able to give them much goals and it will help their attack.
Okay, let's quickly take some latest on transfer rumor. Harry Kane, 28, will wait until the end of the season before deciding his Tottenham future, with the England captain are currently not interested in discussing a contract extensions. Real Madrid have submitted a final offer to Borussia Dortmund striker Haaland, 21, which could be a blow to Manchester United and Chelsea and Man City, who have shown interest in this profiling striker. Arsenal have been left angry following their failure to land Serbia striker Dusan, 22, as Mikel Arteta and now face a summer scramble to solve the club striker conundrum. Thomas Tuchel says Cesar Azpilicueta remains super important to his Chelsea plan, despite the 32-year-old Spanish defender contract coming to an end. Barcelona have actually offered Azpilicueta a 2-year deal with an option to extend to a further season as they look to lure the Chelsea star away from Stamford Bridge. But with the look of things, it seems Cesar Azpilicueta is staying at Stamford Bridge. Crystal Palace winger Wilfred Zaha could leave the club this summer as Eagles are keen to receive a fee for 29-year-old Ivorian international striker before his contract expires in the summer of 2023. Wilfred Zaha, let's discuss about this guy. Wilfred Zaha, we could see what he did during the Nations Cup, and he was the one who made us to know even Crystal Palace, because at the moment all top flights our club is playing with Crystal Palace. You could see the way this guy actually make everything tough for them. Do you think it is high time for him to leave Crystal Palace?
Well, I don't see Wilfred Zaha leaving Crystal Palace at this moment, because he has been with this side for a couple of seasons and he has shouldered the responsibility of carrying this team over the years. And before he eventually departs Manchester United, we expected him to join a side that will be much bigger, the European giant of this world, Juventus, Real Madrid,
and
Arsenal, and the likes. But unfortunately, when he eventually joined Crystal Palace, he has proven it over the years that yes, I can do this, though you cannot carry the form all the season. So I don't see any side that will be able to accommodate him at this moment, and he will be able to change their style of play. It's better off to play under Patrick Vieira, who will still understand this guy very well, and I think he should stay at Crystal Palace. Let him not think of departing the Eagles side.
Okay, Dutch midfielder Donny van de Beek, 24, will look to turn his back on Manchester United for good and secure a permanent move to Everton this summer if he helps keep them in the Premier League while on loan. Don't you think that would be a very big blow to Manchester United if this guy eventually leave for Everton?
Of course, it will be, because if you can't manage your player very well and a better side come and they offer him
a very good offer,
lucrative offer, of course he will accept the offer, and since he can be assured of regular playing time, and I think they should let this guy go. Manchester United still have some other options other than this guy, so Van der Beek is good at Everton.
Okay, Leeds United coach Marcelo Bielsa has refused to discuss his futures, aimed at speculations on whether he will remain as lead head coach for another season. You know, this man has actually did importantly well for Leeds United. But let me say, Premier Leagues always come tough every season. Even let me say every week it comes tough. Do you think it is high time for him to leave Leeds United? And don't you think that this will have a setback on the team as a whole?
Sure, it will definitely have a setback on Leeds United. When these guys eventually come back to the Premier League, yes, they were hard on virtually old team in the league. They gave them tough time. For you to defeat them, you have to stress yourself, you have to manage and use every tactics and formation in which, despite using every tactics and formations, you still find it difficult to. I can remember, I think last season, before Arsenal was able to defeat this guy, it really gave them a big issue. So, if he eventually wants to leave that side, I don't see any big team that can accept him now, other than probably going back to the Championship side again, or any Division 2 leagues or the like. So it will really cost Leeds United if he eventually depart the side, and if he can still manage, let him still stay with these guys, and at least he has built a team to some point,
to some certain point,
that we see that yes, Leeds United are not a side you can just write off like that.
Okay, and let me say, Carlo Ancelotti is reportedly keen on signing Arsenal left back Kieran Tierney for Real Madrid in the summer. Don't you think that this is a good development for Tierney, or because I know this is somehow shocking news to Arsenal?
Well, as young as Tierney is, this guy has been exceptional. No doubt. You all will agree with me that this guy has proven to be one of the stronghold and strength of Arsenal so far. And with the current rejuvenation of the team, this guy has been one of the most consistent players. Even when he went on sidelines, you know the effect it has on Arsenal. So, and with the build-up of Mikel Arteta at the moment, it will really be a big blow if this guy is let go. I think the options Arsenal has then was this guy, I can't remember the name now, but letting Tierney go now, it will really be a big blow for Arsenal, and I don't want him to leave because he has been part of Mikel Arteta's strategy of rejuvenating the Arsenal side, and they've been really doing it very fine for him. So let him please still wait and help Arsenal come back to the old Arsenal we know. Let him stay with the side and continue to deliver on a weekly basis. But joining Real Madrid, although this guy, Marcelo, is aged and
the needs are someone to replace him.
But Real Madrid still has options again, notwithstanding that Marcelo is aged or old and fatigued.
But I think I still have one Arsenal news here with me. The incoming Arsenal goalkeeper, Matt Turner, said he has not signed for the club to act as a backup goalkeeper. And he plans to fight Aaron Ramsdale 2-0 for the #1 shirt. Do you think this is going to happen to Aaron Ramsdale?
I think it will really be a big competition where if Turner eventually come and compete with Ramsdale. Don't forget, before Ramsdale came into that side, people have been saying, yes, Arsenal is going on relegation successfully, this and that. But Ben Leno being one of our best goalkeepers so far, of which I rate this guy and I love him. And before you know it, he was able to displace, Ramsdale was able to displace him. So no player is indispensable in any side. So if Turner eventually arrives and he proves himself that yes, he deserved the #1 shirt, I don't see any reason why he should not be given the number. But it will be a good option if he eventually comes to the Arsenal side and become a backup
goalkeeper to
yes.
Ramsdale. Okay, let's quickly give them some yesterday results. In French Ligue 1, we have Lille against Marseille. They play out a goalless draw. In German Bundesliga, Mainz and Bayern Leverkusen, Mainz actually host Bayern Leverkusen and they defeat them with 3-2. In Italian Serie A, Juventus sits at Turin to host Torino and it ended with 1-1. And in Spanish La Liga, Elche host Rayo Vallecano also, and it was 2-1 in favor of Elche. Before we leave, there is these important statistics that I want us to look into, which is Ivan Rakitic. And Ivan Rakitic has actually been doing exceptionally well for Sevilla ever since his departure from Barcelona. He has actually scored 3 penalty goals this season in European competitions, and most for a player this time. And the Croatian is the second Sevilla FC player to score 3 penalty. And when Ivan Rakitic is at Barcelona, he used to score a lot of goals, even outside penalty. Don't you think, should we say it is old age, or probably it is high time he withdraw from playing football?
Age we always count on any player. Then the side you are leaving and the side you are also joining will also count. Well, when he first joined Sevilla, we all believe, yes, this guy is going to do very well, he's going to play very well. But unfortunately for him, he has not been getting the desired results. And don't forget, Rakitic, he was one of the instrumental players for Barcelona back then. And I think he also went back home. Sevilla was where he started his game. And let him still stay with that side. Let him still stay. And let's see what the new season will bring. And I think this guy, what was his name? This manager will be able to understand and get the rhythm of his game and acclimatize him with the other team players. And before you know it, it will help to boost his morale again and gather up his form and momentum and start delivering again.
Okay, let's quickly discuss about these 2 news before we leave for this segment. James Karaja think it could be a mistake for Manchester United to keep Cristiano Ronaldo next season. Do you agree with what James Karaja said?
Absolutely no.
Okay, why?
Like I said, when Cristiano Ronaldo was about joining Manchester United, he has a lot of options before he eventually settled for Manchester United.
Being a boyhood club.
And exactly, and he sees that as home for him. Is a really home calling. And you will all agree that when he eventually joined Manchester United, this guy has given, upon their attacks and forward, he's one of the highest goal scorers so far. Despite joining them in short period, he has proven it even in the Champions League, even in the league
every competition has always been
Cristiano Ronaldo
being an helping hand to the team,
helping the side. Let him still stay with that.
Okay, Kurt is set to be back in West Ham side to face Newcastle United after missing Leicester game with illness in the wake of cat-kicking scandal as David Moyes urged the vendor to move on from the saga. Some sponsorship actually withdrew their deals from Kurt, but it seems his coach is giving him the backup to just forget the past and move on. Do you see him still performing exceptionally well outside the wake of what actually happens to him?
Yes, that's what I must really commend David Moyes. When I saw the news over and over supporting this guy, motivating this guy, it's really a good booster for him that, yes, I have someone backing me up. That his deal was withdrawn. I think at some point it happens to even Cristiano Ronaldo at some point when he had issues with Catherine Mayoga back then.
Exactly.
So some deal was being withdrawn from Cristiano Ronaldo, and yet he didn't stop him from delivering. So I think at this point, Kozuma should be able to prove to us that, yes, I'm still good at what I'm doing and I'm best at it. So this should help him to encourage him to do more for David Moyes and take a stand at the West Ham side.
At West Ham side. Okay, Atolulope Emmanuel, I would really appreciate you for coming on board on today's segment of Sport Update, Saturday, Extra. Just a few words at home, because we have a lot of matches coming up today in English Premier League, in French League One, in German Bundesliga, as well as in Italy. So what do you have for our esteemed viewers at home?
All I can say is it pays to be a fan and not a fanatic. But just like we've been saying over the years, please, whenever we go to the viewing center, let's watch and criticize constructively. There's every chance of arguing and debating. It's normal, but let's argue more maturely, and let's see this soccer as I mean game generally. Let's see it as something to recreate ourselves and make us happy, and not what will cause much harm for us.
Okay, see it as what will make you happy and not what we call harms to you. I would like to go on a short break, and I will come back with another analyst on board. Stay tuned. Welcome back on board on Sports Updates. Like I said, that I'm going to bring in my second analyst. My second analyst is on board. David, good morning.
Good morning, HP. Thank you for having me.
It's nice to have you back on board, because on Thursday we were unable to have David. But thank God he's back on our program today. Probably he was still celebrating Chelsea FIFA Club World Cup trophy.
Probably.
Okay, let's quickly go to the business of the day. In the English Premier League, we have tomorrow an interesting match is coming up between Manchester City and Tottenham Hotspur. This match is going to be one of the mouth-watering clash tomorrow, and we hope that Tottenham Hotspur will complete the double against Manchester City.
Okay, first, thank you very much for having me, HP. When you're going to analyze something like that, Manchester City's match is always a very, very difficult game to predict. To look at what they actually did against Sporting Lisbon during the week. They actually put up 5 goals. It's also be 6, because they actually removed Bernardo Silva's goal. Coming to their present form, Manchester City they're in their best form. Like presently, they're in their best form. And talking about Tottenham, I won't say Tottenham are actually struggling, or they're actually trying their possible best. But tomorrow is going to be a very, very difficult match for Tottenham against Manchester City, because Manchester City, they are not looking on wasting any points at the moment, because they're actually, I think, 13 points clear the second place. And presently, I think people are actually saying it's better they should give them the cup rather than letting them play. But against all that, I think tomorrow is going to be for Manchester City against Tottenham.
Okay, let's discuss about their forwards too. They have presently Dele Alli is no more in the team,
yes,
and we still have Harry Kane and Son. Do you think Harry Kane and Son alone can do this dirty job tomorrow against Manchester City?
Yes, I love that word, dirty job. It's going to be a very, very tough fight for both of them, because even when Dele Alli was there, it was just as if he was not there also. And look at the likes of Harry Kane and Son going against the likes of Ruben Diaz, Kai Walker, João Cancelo.
Stone.
Yes, it's going to be very, very, very difficult force against the two of them. And it's going to be hard. Let me just put it that way. But football is an unpredictable game. We can say they might not put something and they should put up something tomorrow. So let's just wait and see what.
Okay, in the English Premier League today we have Newcastle, West Ham United hosting Newcastle. And there is these two individuals that actually caught my eyes when they are with balls. They've covered a lot of distance when it comes to running with balls, which is Declan Rice and Maximilian. Declan Rice have actually covered 6,087 meters, while Maximilian have covered 5,714 meters when with the ball. Don't you think this match is going to be a very entertaining match, or let me say, a kind of a shady match today against West Ham and Newcastle United?
Oh, sure. It's going to be a very, very interesting. It's going to be because, you know, Maxime is a kind of player that likes running. He likes dribbling also. And look at Declan Rice. In the past, he has been actually holding the midfield to some extent, even with his pace skills. It's going to be an interesting game. And Zuma is coming back tomorrow for West Ham, and it's going to be a big boost for West Ham. And United. You can see that Newcastle are without Kieran Trippier now at the moment. It's going to be one add-on to one side and one subtraction from one side. So let's just see. It can be a draw tomorrow, and it can be a win for West Ham. So if it's going to be a win, I'm going to give it West Ham tomorrow.
To West Ham. Yes. Okay, then Aston Villa is taking on Watford. And before the international break, we could see what Aston Villa is capable of doing with Steven Gerrard. They are one of the 3 teams to have scored 100% in their own Premier League matches. Do you still see them making the same thing again during this return of the international break?
You know, I actually watched the highlight of their game against Leeds United, and they have this main man now, Coutinho, and he has been outstanding so far. You know, when he was in Barcelona, even before he went to Barcelona, he has actually been an outstanding player. And coming back to Aston Villa, I think he has, that day he made 2 assists. Yes, he scored the first goal and he made 2 assists. Likewise on his first match also. It's going to be a very, very difficult game for the opponent tomorrow, because they've been working seriously, and I'm going to actually greet Gerrard. I'm giving him a kudos so far, because he has actually done a great job so far in bringing up players that could actually add up to his team. And let's just hope tomorrow, because football can actually be trickish at times. You can say they might pull off something and they might end up being something else tomorrow. So
okay, this evening, Aston Villa against Watford. And we have Arsenal taking on Brighton today also. And post-Aubameyang era for Arsenal in the English Premier League. And I know this club has always been one of the rivals for your darling team, Chelsea. With Alexandre Lacazette taking the mantle of leadership as captain at the Emirates Stadium. Do you see them doing it again? Because I think this is also a London derby. And Alexandre Lacazette has scored a lot, let me say, like 12 goals. He has 12 goals to his name when it comes to London's derby at Emirates Stadium.
You know, as you said it's a post-Aubameyang era. In other words, it's a new era. So a new captaincy era, and you know the leadership skills of Lacazette is quite different from that of Aubameyang, and probably is going to have effect on the team as a whole tomorrow. And Lacazette, he hasn't been letting his guards down, because last season he was not actually up to his best. But we can see this season he has actually been trying, and he hadn't been trying. He won't be given the captaincy. He's going to be trying. Not only he today, probably with likes of this guy Smith Rowe in the team, and let's just hope. Aubameyang too, since he has left the team, I don't think the team has actually felt so much. No, I don't think so. So let's just think that they continue with the momentum they have at the moment. They don't let their guards down, mainly because Aubameyang is out of the team, and the support they've actually given to Aubameyang when he was then the captain, I think they need to give it to Lacazette again.
And even there was a time Lacazette was the captain of the team.
Yes, I think it was actually it was actually given a little period of time before Aubameyang came on board and took it from you. And now the support they gave Aubameyang, even before he put on the indisciplined attitude, I think they need to give him that morale, that momentum again, so that they are going to work together as a team. and actually watch forward to making the top 4.
Okay, Chelsea against Crystal Palace. I think Chelsea is traveling to Selhurst Park today. And one thing that actually catch my eyes is Christian Pulisic. He has a stunning performance against this team. You know, so individual players only pull a stunning performance against a different team. And Christian Pulisic already had 5 goals to his name against this side. Crystal Palace against Chelsea at the wake of Chelsea having the FIFA Club World Cup in their bag for the first time.
Okay. You know, you said that individual players with their different teams. Look at Marcos Alonso. He's always a threat to Tottenham.
Exactly.
Yes. And now Pulisic has been a nightmare. Christian Pulisic, I think last season, the season before the last, he scored from the same angle against Crystal Palace. And today, I'm very, very sure it's going to be under nightmare too. Forget about that. Chelsea is my team, I know. But Christian Pulisic, if he's going to be on the team today, I think it's going to be a very, very, very difficult force again. Against the backlines of Crystal Palace. And Chelsea as a team, having won the Club World Cup at the moment, I think they are still going to carry on with that morale of winning because they're actually third on the table, if I'm to be correct. And they don't want to let their guys down because for Arsenal actually having 3 matches down, and teams are actually running by Chelsea. And I don't think Chelsea will want to lose any game at the moment. And if you can look at Crystal Palace, they themselves, they are not letting their guards down. Look at this boy, Chelsea boy, Gallagher. He has actually proved himself to be a very, 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 very important man in the Crystal Palace side. And today is going to be a very tough match for Chelsea. I just hope things doesn't turn around for Thomas Tuchel today.
Well, things doesn't turn around. I hope things doesn't turn around for Thomas Tuchel and the Blues, the Roman Army today. Liverpool is hosting Norwich City today at the Anfield, and Mo Salah next assist will make him to have 10 plus goals and 10 plus assists in the third campaign in the English Premier League. Liverpool and Manchester City. Okay, let me ask this question straight. Do you still see Chelsea as a title contender in the English Premier League?
No.
So let's give it to Liverpool and Manchester City. No. Even Liverpool is not there.
Liverpool is
only for Manchester City. Yes. But Liverpool still have a one outstanding to their names.
Chelsea also have an outstanding.
But don't you see that Liverpool might close off the gaps?
I don't think so.
Okay, let's discuss about Liverpool against Norwich City.
Okay, today I'm actually going to give it to Liverpool because actually we've been arguing. They don't want to let their guards down. Norwich too, they've been trying their possible best, but I don't think they're kind of a team that can stand against Liverpool at the moment because look at what Liverpool played against Inter Milan also during the Champions League. They were outstanding. Also, Mo Salah today, not even today, for the past matches, he has been proving himself to be a man. It was the Mo Salah people knew 2 or 3 years ago, and he's actually proving that at the moment. And I don't think the backlines of Norwich City are going to be a threat. I don't think they are going to be a force that is going to stop Mo Salah today. Because he's going to prove to them that he has got everything in him, the pace, the dribbling, the shots, everything today. And likewise Sadio Mane. And I think probably Jota is going to use Jota.
Jota is missing the match
today. Yes, okay, fine. If he's going to miss today, definitely he's going to use Firmino today.
And we could see that fantastic goal from Roberto Firmino against Inter.
It was actually mind-blowing. Let me put it that way. It was actually mind-blowing. And if he actually pulls that up today, he's going to be in his best performance today. The 3 front lines of Liverpool are actually a threat to any team.
Let me say they are scary today.
Yes.
Okay, Southampton is hosting an Everton, and Southampton sit at 10 on the log, while Everton sit at 16 on the log. And like I said concerning Christian Pulisic, we have different players who love scoring against certain teams. Richarlison has absolutely 5 goals to his name against Everton, and in his last 6 Premier League matches. Don't you think Richarlison will do something spectacular again today against Southampton?
Obviously, he's going to do, even though he might not score today, he might not, but probably he's going to work out a goal from that front line today. Trust me, he's going to work out a goal. Southampton at the moment too, They've not been a team whereby you can just go and play and just look
defeat.
down. No, look at against Man City. Actually, we were actually discussing that match that day, and I said it today. Manchester City might not win this game, and actually played a 1-1 draw. Look at against Manchester United also. They actually proved themselves. The only thing they lacked was how to score goals. They also have beaten Manchester United. That the second half was actually their main chance, and they actually didn't use it. And Everton at the moment, they've been proving themselves to be under Frank Lampard at the moment, and bringing Van de Beek into the team. Van de Beek, I think his last match, he created 2 chances.
2 chances,
yes,
exactly.
So I hope today they are going to play up to expectations of their fans. Let me just put it that way.
Okay, we have Birmingham hosting Burnley City, and it's not much of discussions. Quickly, like I said, Arsenal is playing against Brentford. Brentford are looking to become the first promoted side to complete the Premier League double over Arsenal since Blackburn in 1992-1993 season. I don't forget, I think they beat Arsenal by a lone goal in the first leg.
Yes.
So do we see same thing happening today?
No, Brentford has, there are some teams in the Premier League that they just seem to be unlucky when it comes to goals. Brentford is a good example of such a team. They play with their spirit, with everything they have. Look at what they did against Chelsea. I think if not for Mendy that day, they will have scored close to 4 goals. And this is the type of team they are. They actually love playing to become threats on the back line of the opponent. Today against Arsenal, I think they should be able to pull something up again, because they actually know that they actually beat Arsenal the last time, and I'm very sure Arsenal won't let their guards down again today, because if they are going to lose today's match, definitely they are going to be sitting 5th on the table, making Manchester United still sit on 4th. And Mikel Arteta, at the moment, he doesn't want to go to Europa. He's on the Champions League. So I hope today they are going to put something up against Brentford.
They want to move ahead of West Ham and Manchester United.
So they don't want to lose any game at the moment.
Okay, like I said, tomorrow we have an interesting match against Man City and Tottenham. There's this particular player I want us to talk about, which is Kevin De Bruyne.
Yeah, this guy. I was somewhere last week. Yes. I was where they were playing.
In the last 8 Premier League matches, he has absolutely had 7 goals to his name.
This guy has been outstanding. Let me just put that. He has been outstanding. I was watching his match against Sporting Lisbon. When it comes to shots, you meet De Bruyne there. When it comes to pass, you meet him there. Even the only thing I know he doesn't have is nodding skills. When you nod, when it comes to cross, you meet him everywhere. He made a true pass to Sterling, and people actually like, there's a man on your right hand side, you can actually give it to him, and we were amazed. De Bruyne gave it to Sterling. I was like, how managed? So this guy has actually been outstanding, and people are actually comparing him and Bruno. I was like, don't you dare compare De Bruyne and Bruno at the moment. De Bruyne has been outstanding. He has been scoring goals. Look at the goal he scored against Chelsea also.
It's very fantastic.
Yeah, very fantastic. Goal. So I don't think the midfield or any back can actually stop him. Okay. He's always going to get his
no problem. Today, Premier League matches we have today. We have West Ham hosting Newcastle United, and Brentford will travel to Emirates Stadium to play Arsenal. Aston Villa will sit at home and host Watford. Crystal Palace will host the newly crowned FIFA World Champion, which is Chelsea. Liverpool will sit at Anfield, waiting for Norwich City today. Southampton against Everton, and Spurs and Man City will be sluggish it out tomorrow. Leeds against Manchester United, and Wolves against Leicester. Currently on the English Premier League log, we have Manchester City with 63 points, Liverpool with 54 points, Chelsea on number 3 with 47 points, Manchester United with 43 points, and on the 5th on the log table is West Ham United with 41 points. And the 3 main team on the relegation table is Norwich City with 17 points, Watford with 15 points, and we have Burnley with 14 points on the log. And quickly, before we leave on board, Chelsea against Crystal Palace again. I got to know that their last 21 Premier League meeting has never ended with even a draw.
No, you can't. It's either Chelsea winning or Crystal Palace winning. And the most wins have actually been Chelsea, because I think for the last 3 matches, Chelsea have won most of it. And today, I hope they win also, because Chelsea, I think they are actually 3 points, 4 points ahead of Manchester United, which is on 4th place.
Exactly.
And actually, they still have an outstanding at the moment, I think, with Arsenal. So I think if they can win today's match, probably they are going to be leading Manchester United with, I think, 7 points.
7 points.
So probably they won't want to lose today's match. And Crystal Palace also, they won't want to lose today's match. I just hope Chelsea wins today. Let me put that. I hope they win today.
Because Crystal Palace too will not want to go down. They would like to move up. And in the French League 1, we have Lens against Lyon. We have Nantes against Paris Saint-Germain. Next, we sit at home. We have Paris Saint-Germain. We'll visit them. In the German Bundesliga, we have Wolfsburg hosting Freiburg, and we have Stuttgart against Bochum. We have FC Cologne against Eintracht Frankfurt. And the Italian Serie A, we have Sampdoria hosting Empoli. We have Roma against Verona, and Salernitana against AC Milan. In the Spanish La Liga, Granada FC will host Villarreal at home. Osasuna will host Atletico Madrid, while Getafe will travel to Cadiz FC. Real Madrid will sit at the Santiago Bernabeu Stadium to host Alaves. David, as we round up, just some words to our viewers at home.
Okay, I've always said this and I'll keep saying it. Please, viewers out there, go to the sports center, watch your football, make a little bit of banter. You know, at the moment, you don't make too much banter with Manchester United fans, because they get too angry easily. And don't make too much of banter. You know, we have the intellectual type of fans, such as that of Arsenal. You know, Manchester United, they're always claiming they have Ronaldo. Fine, they have him. But please don't make much banters with him. And Chelsea fans, please also don't make too much banters, because they believe Egbe, that's what they call you guys. But please, just go to the sports center, watch your football game, make a little bit of banter, enjoy the moment, and leave. Thank you very much.
Well, Chelsea Football Club, David is a diehard fan of Chelsea Football Club. Much appreciations to our editorial board, John Joshua's, Maebu, our director for today's segment, which is Harmony CK Bleeding Pain, our acting manager, and to our AGM, which is Daddy Nebin, we appreciate it, and to our able director, Mr. Falegan, we really appreciate it, and we say, may you never walk alone. To every individual in the studio, we say a very big thanks to you. Until Thursday, that I will still come your way on Sport Update. I'm Adewusi Oladeji Habib. Keep doing sport always.